What's happening? What's happening? We trapping, we trapping. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. It is game day week, y'all. I don't think y'all understand what the vibes is today. It's game day week, man. The Cowboys have a game this week, this Sunday night, and I cannot wait. We will be smoking that giant pack. That is a fact. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. That's a promise. And you already know we need you to hit that share button. Let everybody know. Let your trap cousins, nephews, and nieces understand the thesis that we are live in the building. Make sure y'all support Landlord Sports. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Tell a neighbor, cousin, a friend, or foe where to go when they need some of this Cowboys content. Let's get it. Shout out to DC4 Life, Texas in the building. What's happening, sir? Shout out to Raymond Salas in the building. Shout out to Miss Regina Green with the green. Shout out to Michael Lockhart, Miss Etta Lockhart, the Lockhart squad, of course. Shout out to who else? Mr. Joe Tranchina in the building. HTM Sports in the building. JT Double R in the building. Thomas A. Gary, Gina L. Chase, Lexington Wren. I don't know how to pronounce the first part, but Journey. Shout out to you. Shout out to April Barnes, Cowboys AJ, Tommy Stoll, King G, Jose Banks, Nick with 2 C's, Derek Grimsley, John Jones, and Miss Patrice Langford in the building. Shout out to Kevin Hicks. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Make sure we get the likes and shares up. Let's start this thing with a boom. You understand? We in the room. Let's go. And you already know, first and foremost, we gotta make sure these haters doing the most. And that's what they was put on God's green earth to do. And that's hate, man. Y'all already knew. Let's get it, man. Let's get these likes and shares up. We trapping, baby. Let's get it. Y'all already know now. Yeah. Let's get it.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face.
Let's go.
I just blew a bag,
shout out to John Gilbert, Eric Wallace,
came a long
Mr.
way.
Peter Rizzo,
I know that they mad, but
in the building.
just let them hate.
Let's go.
That what make them hate.
Let's get the
That
likes
what
and
make them
shares
hate.
up. Let's beat up this algorithm like that. Do the deal.
That what make them
And the Giants, of course. And the Commanders. You understand? Hey.
Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
Let's go.
You ain't even on the team, you just a ball boy. I'm real high. Used to rock knockout, but it's real now. Real fly. Bitch, I probably average your career high. Peter one day hating on it, probably wanna kill. When they got our own band, we holler a deal. Long little CEO, CIP the dollar.
Give me a one of everything.
It made me go harder. They turn me to a monster.
I'm
focused on the comma.
Give me a one of
I'ma run
everything.
up them
Sounds
commas.
good.
The summer, run up them numbers.
Yeah.
Y'all know that they hate the way
in the bed.
the ball man. Rockin' all this ball man. Street made on the chain.
Give me a one of everything. Sounds good. Give me a one of everything. Sounds lovely. Let's go.
Ain't no looking back. We came a long way. I know that they mad, but just let them hate.
Trapping on the Tuesday.
That what make them hate. That what make them hate. And we just get cake and they just in the way. That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Cause we just get cake and they just in the way.
I ain't getting no ones yet, but the volume sound good on my end. But you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching me through a phone. But I promise you, you are in the trap, sir.
Trap.
I promise.
Trap.
Make no mistake about it, man. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. It is game week, and I just feel it boiling in my blood. I almost want to preach now. I almost want to preach. I feel it boiling in my veins. It is finally here. We've been waiting almost a year. And it's about time. It's about damn time. We've been waiting all year for Sunday night football, and it's almost here. It's about damn time. This feel like it's been the longest off season known to man, you understand? But we finally here. But wait a minute. Was that a bird or a plane? What was it? Oh, it's nefarious news, of course. You understand? Shout out to everybody rocking with me. So, wait a minute, Jayron. Slow it. Hold your horses. Bam. Y'all know I just announced yesterday we will be doing the trout raffle with a chance to win an autographed nefarious hat by Mr. Osa Odigizua himself.
Trap.
Plays normal. Y'all make sure y'all participate. Only $5 interest. And you know, this is a one of one right here. I almost want to keep it, you know. But this is a one of one right here, man. This is the only one in the world. So, you know, a landlord nefarious hat signed by Mr. Osa Odigizua. Only $5 interest, man. So if y'all interested in participating in the trout raffle, y'all make sure y'all support Landlord Sports. But let's move on. Did the housekeeping. Now let's get into some of this good old content. Now we know Terence Steele signed his deal. Shout out to him yesterday. Terence Steele signed his deal, and it's for $86.8 million. And you know, if I was him, I'd be smiling like he did in his interview as well. I'd be smiling too, you know. Trap. Hey, Grief, don't tell me I'm messing up. Don't tell me I'm messing up. It's too early. Let's see.
Got a new contract.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me check. It look like it's decent on my end, man. Y'all, I don't know. Y'all might need to refresh.
Today, actually, so.
All right. Don't this look like a man that just signed for almost $100 million, though? I'd be smiling from ear to ear as well, myself, you know.
Got a new contract. Signed it
that
today,
boy
actually,
got the Kool-Aid smile,
5
though.
years, man. I'm glad to be here. Yeah. Yeah, no, it makes me feel awesome. Makes me feel like all the hard work I put in was paid off. But I also know that there's more work to be put in, so I won't be complacent, and I'm ready to push it forward. So.
See, when Terence Steele say stuff like this, I believe him. You see, he said work. That's some of the stuff he always saying. He says work, and we know he has a proven track record as being one of the hardest working people in our team, in our locker room. He's won off-season awards for being a worker. And you know it takes a different level of motivation when you trying to make it from the bottom to the top. So, you know, you see what the recurring theme was inside of that interview. All he kept saying is work. So you already know what he's on. You already understand what he got to do.
More pride in the fact that a lot of players that came into the league the way you did, especially at your position, don't find themselves in this spot going forward. How much pride do you take in that and just your ability to get to that point? So
what they asking, I know the interviewer is super low. That's how it is on the .com as well. But he says, how does it feel to be like a UDFA player coming in the way you did, and how does it feel, basically?
Yeah, no, first off, man, it's a blessing just to even be here, be able to compete the way I am. And it's just a testament to the work I put in.
What I just told you, work. That's all he's saying. That boy understand he has to work.
Support for my family, for friends, my locker mates, my coaches. It was a group effort, and it all worked out, so I'm happy.
How involved were you with the contract talks? Did it kind of come out of nowhere?
Yeah.
And how did you find out?
How involved was he in the contract talks, and did it come out of nowhere?
They've been talking for a little bit, a couple weeks, and going into last week, I knew they were talking, but I didn't think it'd get that serious. But I'd say Friday and Saturday, they made a big push for it, and then it finally happened. So. Yeah.
How did you find out?
Oh, I was talking to my agent. We met a lot, so yeah, I knew where we were at with it. So.
Who was the first person you told that to you guys?
Yeah, I definitely called my mom and my dad, and just let them know.
What other opportunities did you have in 2020? Who else were you considering?
Yeah, the two major ones was here and the Raiders. Those are the two I got to choose from, and I chose the right decision. So.
Hey, I think you did too, Mister. I think you did too.
Trap.
Hey.
Well, I'm a Texas boy. I went to high school in Texas, college, and at Texas Tech. So to be in Dallas is a dream come true, and close to my family, and I feel like this is the best situation to come into. So.
And Lyle and also Tyron here. How much did they help you kind
Yeah.
He asked him how much did Lyle and Tyron them help him in his development after his first year.
No, they were huge. Lyle and Tyron, especially coming in that first year, they just whatever they would see I need fixing, they would tell me. They weren't selfish or anything. So, my hats off to them, just for even taking the time to tell a young rookie, just the ins and outs of things. So.
All right. So what y'all feel about the deal? I think it's great for Terence Steele. I'm very happy that he was able to earn his spot. Like I said, I'm big on actually the team having a blueprint to show everybody else how to get paid. That is very important. So, Terence Steele just showed Tyler Smith exactly what he needed to do to go and get his paper. So I think this is great. This is great for the camaraderie in the locker room. This is great for everybody to be able to know exactly what I need to do to get paid. You need an example. These young men need an example, a path to take to be able to go and get their bag. So I think that was good. That was a great move for the Cowboys to do that, man, so we can understand what we need to do to get it done, man. I think that was a good thing for them. But now we're talking to Mr. Kavontae Turpin. He speaks on the interview. Several interviews yesterday that I wanted to touch on before we get into the meat and potatoes.
Where do you feel like your game steps up this upcoming season?
I just say like a playmaker. You feel me? I feel like Dak always told me he see me scoring with 4 or 5 touchdowns on offense. So
hey, what's the over under for Turpin? He said Dak said 4 or 5 touchdowns. What y'all think about? What's the over under for touchdowns for Kavontae Turpin this year? What y'all think? Because he might be a player that can get some touchdowns, even though he don't have that much, that much emphasis on the offense. I think he might just be a person they sprinkle on his offense and still produce a lot. So what y'all think? He said he got him. Dak said 4 or 5 touchdowns this year. What y'all think about Mr. Kavontae Turpin? What would be a touchdown total that you would predict for him? How involved? To me, it depends on how involved, but I think he's just going to be sprinkled on his offense. I don't think he's going to be like a player getting, 50, 60 snaps a game. I don't really see that. So what y'all think? Miss Patrice said, I'm happy for him. Jay Lombardi says 6 to 7 touchdowns. That's a lot, but he gets 6 to 7. Hey, he gonna be looking like him.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
Cause Jay, you gotta think. Okay, let me ask you this. Are you counting him returning kicks and punts? Are you counting that, or are you just talking about straight offense? Cause that makes a difference. I'm pretty much talking about straight offense right now. I'm talking about straight offense. So I think that might be, cause that 6 or 7, that's hard right there, Jay Lombardi. Cause I don't think he gonna be that much of a constant role on his offense. Now, what could change that is if he come out and be balling. If he come out and be balling, Jay, they gonna be like, hey, sir, let me holler at you. Come on this field more. Trap. Yeah, I ain't saying it can't happen. I'm just saying, which one you looking at? You looking at it with the punt and the kick returns involved in it, or you just talking about straight offense, wide receiver Terp, 6, 7 touchdowns? Which one you talking about? Okay, I ain't denying it, because, hey, if he doing that, that mean the rest of the team going crazy. Miss Ella says 4. C. Burleson says 4. I think 4 is a decent number, honestly. Big Dallas 8604 says 4 for Terp. The original people says 4 or 5. So y'all pretty much basically what Dak said. Y'all on Dak's side with it. Dak said he's seeing 4 or 5 touchdowns. Cowboys fangirl says 3 or 4. Peter Rizzo says 5. King G says 5. We know Jay Lombardi says 6 or 7. He said, I'm pushing with 7. Hey, man, he gets 7, sir. We going to have a party out here. I'm telling you. We're going to have a party out here. That is no doubt. King G says 5. Raymond Solid says 7. Tommy Montoya says 5. Miss Elder says it's only 44 likes. That's concerning, It's too early to cry though, Miss Elder. I thank you for the consistency. So we'll check back on them. I told it's early. They just gotta stretch their like hand out a little bit, Miss Elder. They gonna do it. They gonna look out for me. I already know it. Joe Tranchina says I don't care about his touchdowns. I only care doesn't fumble the ball away. That's legit right there, Joe. I can't argue with you right there. That's a legit concern with me. Miss Donna Mamacita on Facebook, shout out to you. She says 5. I think I can see 5, 4 on the low end, 5 on the high end for me. JT says 8, bring him in on red zone situations. He a nightmare. I feel the same way, but I don't know if that's going to be something you do. Because think about it. You know what I do? I don't know. Our offense so loaded, bro. I don't know who I take off the field, though. That's the concerning part. Who you gonna take off the field to get him some reps in the red zone? Cause like you ain't running 4 wide in the red zone. So who you will take out the field? Maybe you have Tony at fullback or something and have all of them out there. How you feeling about it? Cause I don't know that our team's so good. I don't know too many people I want to take out the field for Turpin in a situation like that. I'm not taking CD out the field. I'm not taking Brandon Cooks out the field. Definitely not in the red zone. I'm not taking MG out the field. He a big time red zone threat. So like, I'm not taking neither one of those 3 out the field. So who else? I don't know how many more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking Tony out the field. Like I don't know. It's kind of iffy. So I could see us doing that situationally, just sprinkling a little of that in there because it is effective. I use him just like the Chiefs using Tyreek Hill back in the day. Like how Andy Reid used to do them little pitch plays and stuff like that, little creative little ways to get in the end zone. And they used to count for touchdown passes for Pat Mahomes too. He doing a little flick of the ball to Travis Kelce or Tyreek Hill and it'd be a touchdown. So, hey, I use Turpin in the same kind of way really because I think he's a matchup problem. You cannot keep up with the guy if you put him in some space. So, I think it's a good idea. I just don't see who you will take out the field for him. But I thought that was
I just got to be a playmaker for him, so I'm just try to be here for him and just be there for him. Be a playmaker for this offense.
Shout out to Turpin sounding like me up here on the interview. That boy sound like me giving the interview.
Kavontae, the last thing of pregame, with the coin toss, usually McCarthy will defer, right? Mm-hmm. And to end up kicking off. Are you kind of hoping that you get to touch the ball first this year to kick off the season?
I hope so. That's the plan. Like I always thought, coming to the NFL, I'll be one to open the kickoff return to the house. So hopefully one of these games he'll let me do it. So we always defer, and I don't know why, but
you don't know why. You know why. Because that defense is a gangster, Turpin. That's why.
Guess what he do, but hopefully.
That is the mindset, though,
yeah,
right?
That's the mindset for sure. I'm trying to open the game, take it to the house, and get us some exciting. That's one thing for sure.
How different do you feel going into this season compared to how you felt going into the last season?
I feel great. I got my rest during this off season. Just feel great coming from the USFL last season. I ain't getting no time to prepare myself for things. I feel like we're doing this off season. I was able to prepare myself for the OTAs, mini camp, and going into training camp. So I feel great, to be honest.
That's a huge, huge thing to say. You see, he said he didn't even have time to prepare himself. That man got that phone call from the Cowboys, and hey, he got up out of that, didn't he? Trap. He heard that phone call and said, hey, I gotta go. He said, I don't need no off season. I don't need nothing. I don't need no season, no seasoning or nothing. Just let me go. Hey, I don't blame him, though. You get a call from Jerry Jones or anybody with a Cowboy from Texas, and you came from the USFL after you was a standout at TCU. He's had a long way to get here. He was playing 7-on-7. Like, it's a lot of stuff that he went through to get to this level. So he'll be another good story if he was able to earn another contract too. Like, it's very encouraging to see him get from where he was to now. This man was playing 7-on-7 flag football. This man had played every kind of football under the sun. This man had played every kind of football under the sun, and he finally earned his way up to the star, man. So that's very inspirational from him too.
Great. I read it.
Speed is something that you want on this team. You and Juice, obviously Kirks. Speed-wise, how much did that help impact the offense?
He asking about their speed. Like I said, forgive me about the audio. The interviewer's audio always be trash, but he asking him about how his speed can basically kind of like influence this offense?
I just feel like you throw speed out there, it's just, I feel like it's a matchup problem for anybody out there. If you put speed on every position, even at running back, it's you got me, Cooks, CD, put all the receiver and put Deuce in the backfield at too much speed. Like you got.
He said that's too much sauce right there. That's too. Hey man, this would be important what he say right here though.
Account for all of us because all of us got speed, so I feel like that's a good thing for we come to quarter doing, trying to work that into the game plan.
Did you hear that part? See, some stuff, little small little detail like that, people will miss that. That's why I got a job right here. That's why I got a job. As your content creator. Did you hear him say little stuff like that? Like he said, this is what Mike McCarthy is trying to get on the field. He just told you Mike McCarthy is doing stuff like that. Having him and Deuce Vaughn and Turpin, Cooks and CD, all these guys on the field at the same time. He said Mike McCarthy is trying to do stuff like that. So that's going to be interesting to see when Mike McCarthy pull out packages like this, sir. It is going to be outstanding now. See, you'll think some of this stuff just player speaking. Now, we see Turpin is kind of, he's a kind of live wire the way he speaks. So he might have been even supposed to say that, Trap. You know what I'm saying? Trap. Turpin probably going to get in trouble. He probably had to go to the principal's office once he got done with his interview. But Mike McCarthy, he don't like to tell none of his secrets either. So Mike basically said, he said basically that Mike is trying to do little speed type packages like that. And I just think good luck to the defense, because who in the world going to be able to match up with that? Who is going to be able to match up with Turpin, Deuce, Cooks, and CD? Who going to be able to match up with that? Good luck to you. I'm telling y'all right now, we got somebody who know how to use these people's talent, not just sitting up here doing what ego calls and stuff. They are actually going to do what they want to do and put these people in the best situations. This is what you're going to see from this offense. This offense will be top tier. I promise you that. And there's no doubt about it in my mind. I know what kind of offense this finna be. We got a common sense play caller. We got a proven play caller in Mike McCarthy. Y'all better quit playing with him like he ain't him.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
I'm sick of the disrespect from Mike McCarthy, but I ain't gonna get on another one of my rants. I'm gonna just continue, okay? All right. Now, we got to hear from Mr. Jayron Kearse. You understand? Mr. Jayron Kearse, one of the biggest leaders on this team. Jayron, we got some righteous gangster storylines on this football team, right? We got some crazy stories. Because, look, when Jayron came in, I think the only person I heard talking glowingly about Jayron Kearse in the whole community, and that I might have didn't hear nobody else, but this, I got to give him his props. Shout out to Big Game James. Big Game James was one of the first people I heard saying, Jayron could be a baller. So shout out to him.
Trap.
And then Jayron came right in here and took over. This boy took over, y'all. You got to show some respect to Jayron Kearse. Who would have thought not only he was a player we picked up, we didn't even know if he'd make this team. This dude not only made the team, he came and became a leader, became a green dot in this team. So it's crazy to see how he came too. We got some crazy storylines on this team. But let's check out what he said in the interview.
He said this group has probably the most competitive nature that he's seen in his time here. Do you get a sense too that guys are, since training camp, that guys are just more energetic and just ready to get after it?
Yeah, definitely. This is just what happens when you put a bunch of alpha males together, and everybody wants to win. We all want to be the best. So every time we go out against each other, we're trying to come out on top. It's really just getting us ready for this season, because we know everybody that we go against. We have to be the best, and we have to come out on top.
Do you like opening in prime time and on the road?
Since I've been here, that's kind of been normal. So, it's nothing new for the guys that's been here these past 3 years as well as me. So, we're just ready to go. We're just ready to get out there and put some pads on somebody and go out there and make some plays.
I don't know if y'all just see the glimmer in this man's eyes. He just lit up when they asked him. Jayron is ready, sir.
Trap.
That boy Jayron is ready. You see why he got people like, he just galvanized the troops when he came in, man. He just got like a infectious type of, what can I say, personality seems like. It just seems like the fact that he love what he doing, he love football, it just oozing out. So you can't help but to be, you know, attracted to people like that in the locker room, because I want to tell y'all a secret. Everybody does not love this stuff, y'all. It's some of them players in here, like, they just hustling. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to make $1. But it's great when you got people who actually passionate about this stuff. And you know Jayron is one of those guys. He is one of them. And that's why he came in and took over some leadership, man. This team has a different kind of level of motivation, a different kind of level of leadership. I'm telling you, a lot of people was talking crazy about the Cowboys in the past, and some of that stuff is true. But I think it's a new day in Dallas, y'all. It's a new day. Trap. It is not the same old Cowboys no more. This team has been different ever since Mike McCarthy walked in the door.
Commitment in terms of, like, you know, making a statement in front of the whole country and in prime time, and, you know, get a road win on a division opponent right out of the gate.
She talking about making a statement win in front of the big bright lights in prime time.
It is, but we don't care if it's a 9 o'clock game, or 10 o'clock, or 12 p.m., 12 a.m. game. We don't really care. We're just trying to go out there and just show everybody what we're about.
That boy said anytime, any place. That's what type of vibes I'm about. It don't got to be prime time for us to be ready to go. We ready to go anywhere. We can play in the parking lot if that's what it takes. We can play in the parking lot. Pass me my helmet. We can play in the parking lot.
Prime time or not, we're just trying to show that we're the best doing it.
Mike, Dan Quinn is the defense coordinator. Mike looks at him as the head coach of the defense. He has total control. If you just talk about that, what that look like for y'all, and how comfortable is knowing that Dan Quinn is over there?
How comfortable are you knowing that Dan Quinn is your defensive coordinator?
It's good to have him on our side. Man, he puts us in the best positions to go out there and make plays, in particular to our skill set. He doesn't have guys doing too much. He has guys doing exactly what he knows they're good at, and we benefit from it.
Have you ever heard anybody on the offense say these things, man, ever? I'm just saying. Shout out to Miss Patrice Langford with the $5 super. She said these boys are excited and knows we have the squad to get it done. Let's go get this 6th trophy. And we are ready. Absolutely, we ready for all the smoke, Miss Patrice. We are. We ready for it. It's game day. It's game time. And we almost here, man. I'm ready for it.
We don't put guys in bad positions. So that's what you get when you have
Wait a minute.
He puts us in the best positions to go out there and make plays, in particular to our skill set. He doesn't have guys doing too much. He has guys doing exactly what he knows they're good at. And we benefit from it. We don't put guys in bad positions. So that's what you get when you have guys that you know their unique skill set and their role, and you just put them in great positions to go out there and make plays. And you've been seeing it for the past 2 years, and we're trying to take that next step in this third one.
That boy said we don't put guys in bad positions. That's crazy. Man, listen, man. Does he not sound like a Dan Quinn? When you got a leader on your team, that right there lets you know that Jayron is super tapped in with Dan Quinn. You might hear Micah Parsons talk. It just sounds like they another Dan Quinn out there. That's one of the best things you can get. This is why he got the green dot. This is why he one of the most vocal leaders on the field. He is the coach on the field. Him and Michael Parsons, they coaches on the field. They the people who speak directly for Dan Quinn. You can tell. It's just something about him that lets you know that they got this great relationship, and he understands they trust Dan Quinn. One thing about an athlete, man, you need to trust your coach. You need to buy in. Like, I don't think people understand how big of a process that is when it comes to having a good team. If your team don't believe in you, you won't have a good team. It's simple. Why some of these coaches don't get you to buy in? Did you see this man had a glimmer in his eye when he talked about Dan Quinn? It's not about buying in. These boys ready to run through a wall for DQ. It's not even a question about it. It's not a question. So that's one of the biggest hurdles for any coach. We need to get your team to be able to buy in. These boys ain't bought in. They already in. You know what I'm saying? They going in. They going in. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of us having this camaraderie. This the beauty of us being able to retain a coach like Dan Quinn. If he would have been gone, we never know how that chemistry would have went in the locker room. We have somebody that's bought in now, y'all. Our whole defense will never question DQ. They will never question DQ. This man did a complete 360 when he came in his team. Our defense was one of the worst I ever seen in my life. They couldn't tackle nobody. And now they what? They on point. Everybody is together. Everybody believe. Micah Parsons, they made a big time imprint on this defense. Listen here, y'all. What they say it's some things in life that's guaranteed. I'm almost ready to put it right there with death and taxes, y'all. This defense is him.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him, Jones, I'm him, Duncan.
This is why I talk with so much hubris when it comes to messing with these other people. When it comes to talking to these other teams. This is why I don't care about the other offenses. This is why I don't care about them. I got a defense, sir. I got a defense. I know my defense is like that. I know we can match up with almost anybody with no problem. This is why I don't fear any other team, ever. Our defense is like that. But Miss Elder says it's 91 likes and 159 in the chat. Oh, my goodness. Look at the disappointment on this young man's face. You got me walking around with my head down. How you gonna disappoint a baby? What more do you want from me? Y'all, you got me staring out the window. And now I gotta give you that ugly cry. Oh, my goodness. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share, man. Let's go.
Trap.
Y'all don't want me to look like that, dude. Good grief. We civilized people, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We got to beat up this algorithm. We got great things to do. We trying to be great. We trying to do great things. So help your boy out with some likes and some shares, man. It'll be greatly appreciated. But let's continue into the content, man. Let's continue into the content. Now, let's see. Now, you already know we on Op Watch. We watching the ops. If you don't know what the op is, it's the opposition. You understand? That's what it's short for. And we watching the Giants. We trying to see what they got going on over there. And we ready to war. We ready to suit up. So now these are the 2022 stats from the Giants in the NFC East. You know they went 9-7-1. Who has a tie these days? These boys are very distasteful for having a tie on their record, but, you know, very uncivilized. But we'll let them go. They scored 365 points. They was 15th. They allowed 371 points, which was 17th. And they 2022 team grades was 29th overall. That's not very good, you know. That's what? It ain't them about 3 more teams. Offense was 24th, defense was 30th, and they was even low in special teams. Good grief. Hey, man, look, that's why they were so aggressively getting better. These boys had a lot of work to do. See, this is why, you know, when you see other teams out there having all this fun, spending all this money, and y'all get concerned, y'all start sweating and shivering in their boots and stuff. The reason they have to do stuff like that is because they was bad. They was a bad team. Your team is not bad, so it ain't as much stuff that we got to correct. It ain't much stuff that we have to get better at. Them boys were pretty bad. Even though they was a playoff team, they still had some bad statistics. They know they got a good draw of the cards when they played the Vikings. The Vikings was just, you know, they was just cap, I guess. They were just a bad they couldn't perform under the bright lights, look like to me, because they was a decent team. We beat the stew out of them, so, you know, we don't even respect that win they did against the Vikings in the playoffs. We don't. We beat them boys into submission, so we don't even count it. But, you know, they was a playoff team. That's why they were so aggressively trying to sign as many players as they can as humanly possible to make this team a little better. So let's continue. Okay. Bam. These are some of the additions they had. Ashawn Robinson, defensive tackle. He was graded out as he ranked as 100 out of the players in his position. Bobby, I don't know. Don't get me up here lying. I can't think of his I can't pronounce that. But the linebacker they acquired, Daniel Jones, they signed. Darius Slayton, you know, the receiver from last year, they signed. Paris Campbell, they signed him from the Colts. And of course, Saquon Barkley and Sterling Shepard was one of their best receivers from last year. And these are the guys who we got to match up with as far as their receiving core goes on the next slide. So, I mean, you might have heard a couple of these boys. Have y'all ever heard of Cole Beasley? You know? How about Dennis Houston? You know, is they just trying to be a junior Cowboy team over here? The world may never know. But let's continue. You know, if you wanted to match up with these guys, who would you deploy on these wide receivers? Okay, you know, Darius Slayton is kind of a speedster. Hyatt is a speedster. So who would you deploy on these boys? I look at Slayton as the number one receiver, and then I look at maybe Shepard or Hyatt to be number two. So who would you, out of our DB group, who would you want to assign to these boys? Who would y'all want to assign to? Let's start off with Darius Slayton. Who would y'all put on Slayton? I think Slayton might need to be Trayvon. I think Trey might need to be on Slayton. Who y'all would assign to Darius Slayton? Who would y'all assign to him? What's happening with y'all, man? I know I've been off my screen, so a lot of stuff I ain't seen. But I appreciate y'all. If I missed anything or something like that, or if I missed anybody, appreciate the support. Yeah, I think Diggs would be the best person to put on Darius Slayton. He got a little speed. He a little shifty. He the most proven receiver they got over there, in my opinion. And, you know, he's going to be a volume kind of guy. They're going to try to get him the ball. So, if anybody, I want Diggs on him. I have Diggs locked up on him. They said Diggs on Hyatt. That'll make sense too. But I don't know if Hyatt will be a focal point right now. Who you think could get the most targets? Hyatt or Shepard? Hyatt or Shepard? Which one you think could get the most targets? So y'all looking at Hyatt as the number one receiver over there right now? Because, you know, I want to put Trey on the best receiver they got. That's what I'm saying, Kofi. I don't think Hyatt like that yet. Know what I'm saying? He gonna play with a chip on his shoulder because, you know, the Cowboys told him we said he can't run routes, man. So hey, that's gonna be something to keep in mind. The young man gonna have a chip on his shoulder. He gonna definitely want to prove something to us, but I don't think so with these DBs we got. I believe he's gonna be absolutely apprehended. Officer D is gonna have something to say about that. You know that. Trap. You already know Officer Diggs is not finna play with these guys. You already know that. So I'm not too concerned about this young man. I'm not. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's good enough to threaten our people, you know. Shout out to the original people with the $2 cash app. I appreciate you, sir. Y'all know what I said about the hat, you know. So it's a $5 entry. So you could have got your entry, but you know. Let's see. Hyatt speed can't be underestimated. You're right about that. He's a fast guy. You know, I'm a Bama fan. He scarred me for life. But, you know, I think, you know, he's a good one-trick pony right now. I think he probably gonna develop into a better receiver. But I'm just not, you know, I'm not too concerned about that. Cause look, they gotta also deal with Michael Parsons coming off the edge. They're not gonna have much time. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I stand on this right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Silent, stand on whatever.
This one of my takes right here. This probably my trap take of the day right here. Okay, if the Giants come out there thinking that they finna throw the football all over the place, this game might end up being like Minnesota game. That's what it's gonna be.
Trap.
I said the same. You can go back and check my receipts. I said if Minnesota come out there trying to throw the ball on us, they're going to lose, and it's going to be bad, and it's going to be ugly. If they come out here thinking that they just finna have time to throw the ball all over the park, I think that's a mistake. I think they'll get dominated. So if it wouldn't be in their best interest, in my opinion, for them to come out here thinking they finna throw the ball all over the park. That's not smart. They need to run the ball with Saquon. So we'll see. If they come out here thinking that Daniel Jones is like that and, they can withstand our pass rush, good luck to you, because I think that'll be a vital mistake for them. I think they'll lose pretty badly. That's my opinion. That's one of my takes for that game right there. I think if they try to throw the ball on us, they will lose, and it might be embarrassing. Okay, this is one of their other receivers, Paris Campbell. That's the guy they got from Indianapolis Colts. He didn't grade out that great, but the Colts, to be fair, they didn't have no quarterback for real. They ain't had no quarterback for real over there. But out of 85 targets, he had 62 receptions, 623 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 3 drops, and, yards per reception, 9.9. That's pretty high. And yards out the catch per reception, 4.5. He's not much of a yak guy, don't look like. And pass array when targeted, 76.7. So he got some pretty good hands. He actually had some carries. That's interesting. But the young man is he's standing at 6 feet. Look like it say 6 feet, 200 pounds. That's not that tall for a receiver, so he must be a little shifty dude. I thought he was a little taller than that, honestly. But, that's interesting that he was actually carrying the ball over there in Indianapolis. They probably don't know what in the world they doing over there, just being real. But let's talk about Mr. Jalen Hyatt. Okay. It says, let's see, the first look, Hyatt possesses elite juice to stretch the field. We know that. That helped him house 15 scores this past season. It was a massive breakout year as he finished with 67 catches for 1,267 yards. We already know he had a breakout season last year. They said where he wins, vertical tree, is high. If Hyatt has a head of steam, no one is catching him. His second gear demands opposing defensive backs respect. We already know that. He's just a fast guy. That's what he do. If you let him stretch the field, you're going to lose that foot race. It says what his role, vertical threat. If you aren't using Hyatt to run over crosses and vertical routes on the majority of his snaps, you're doing it wrong. So we already know exactly what the Giants probably going to use from the young man. And that does sound like somebody who isn't that advanced with route running just yet. And, he is kind of a project guy. He's only a third-round pick. They're not looking at it like he's supposed to be, the savior for the Giants right now. But some people are higher on him than I am. I think he's a good receiver at what he do. He's very good at what he do. But I just don't see him being that all around. Now, to be honest, he could get a little lucky little bomb or something. That's one thing I'm concerned with. He could get him a little lucky bomb, and then, that be all he do. I don't want us to be sleeping on the young man, though. But that says the review is the 2022 Biletnikoff winner didn't quite come from nowhere this season, but due to the injuries and lack of playing time in 2020 and 2021, not many people were expecting the heights of this past season. Finally, a full-time starter in 2022, Hyatt racked up 1,267 and 15 touchdowns to go along with a whopping 18.9 yards per reception. So, look, that's such a high average yards per reception. That lets you know he's just getting big play after big play. So, when you think about that, man, you just got to make sure you contain him. You got to make sure you keep your eyes on him because he's a big play threat. I don't know if he's going to work you in possession or nothing like that, so I'm not too concerned with him, moving the chains that much. But he's a big threat guy. We need to watch him on sudden change or, if it was a turnover on downs or a turnover or something, they might try to shock you with a bomb with Hyatt or something. because he's one of those people that, you know, can threaten you in that manner. And it says, okay, the highlight of his season came in the middle of the year. We don't want to talk about that. Never mind. I'm just playing. The middle of the year when he delivered a dominant performance against the almighty Alabama Roll Tide, Crimson Tide, pulling in 6 receptions for 207 yards and 5 freaking touchdowns. It really grinds my gears when I think about this, so y'all forgive me. But, you know, he has elite speed. It is a defense. It says elite speed. If a defense loses track of him, it's a house call. Sure-handed and a consistent ball tracker down the field. Insanely productive this past fall. Biletnikoff Award a winner. So it says his flaws, though. Lacks creativity after the catch. He is a linear player with the ball in his hands. It says roll was comical for the projecting to the NFL. Just vertical routes from the slot. Stopping speed doesn't match starting speed. Hitch routes get exaggerated. Okay. Y'all know I got these glasses on and my screen is very small. So y'all forgive me. But okay, basically they telling you he don't move well in and out of his breaks. That's one of his flaws, and he don't move well outside. Like it's a lot of stuff that he lacking as far as route running goes. So we can expose that. A rookie going up against some veteran corners, I might want him to go up against somebody like Gilly or somebody like that, because he's not going to be able to do much against him. Like, you can't trick a smart corner like Gilly. You might have the speed, but Gilly will have some help on the back end. So I'm not too concerned about the young man. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do going into him is, hey, don't let him beat you deep. That's the scouting report right there. You know what I'm saying? And to me, if I was a betting man, I bet that Daniel Jones probably wouldn't make the right decision, or Michael Parsons will get to him before it's time, you know? Trap. Shout out to Keith Shepard in the building. He says, cousin landlord, it's going to be a race between our front seven who can get to the quarterback first. Exactly. Because we're going to be coming after Daniel Jones now. One thing that I am concerned with Daniel Jones is he's a good running quarterback. Even though he's not super fast, he can make up a lot of ground the way he runs. He's a pretty athletic quarterback. Excuse me. And we seen even last year and in the preseason, that was one of our Achilles heels. That was something that we struggled at when it came to being on his defense. But I feel like we'll be fine. You know, the preseason was the B team defense. I feel like we'll be pretty good when we see Mozzie with the big boys, with the A team. I feel like this will be a better run stopping defense. I feel like DeMarcus Lawrence will be better against the read option this year. I feel like he kind of struggled at times against it with Jalen Hurts and them and stuff like that. But I feel like they'll get it done this year. Let's see. We're going to kill the Cowboys. So you a Giant fan? What is wrong with this man? He said you going to do what?
Smoke crack, don't you?
What you going to do?
You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack.
Wait a minute. Look at this.
But at the same time, I'm like, bro, Cowboys supposed to be playing tonight. Boy, what the is going on? I got my hat on.
Don't know what time it is.
I got my jersey on. I got my forces on.
Ain't nobody saying it's about the Giants.
I prayed to my Jesus. Everything, what it?
Everything. I don't know what's wrong with the young man. We sliding on your kind, sir. We sliding on your kind. We sliding on your kind. Trap. Shout out to Miss You Got Us the Poet with the 555 for your mind. She says, coming through with a raffle entry. Giants fans don't even think they winning a Sunday. On Sunday, I talked to a few. They not ready. She said they need some milk. They need some milk. Them boys are not ready. I appreciate your contributions. Y'all know, like we said, we doing a raffle entry for a chance to win an autographed Landlord Sports Nefarious hat. signed by Oso Digizua, so it's only $5 interest if y'all want to participate. Danny Savage says, and the Giants going to blitz us every play. Kind of odd. Tyler Smith has a bad hammy. I ain't worried about them like that, man. I think we got enough weapons to supplement whatever they want to do. Like, I'm very confident in this team, man. I really am. Like, I'm not too concerned about nothing they can do to us on defense. I feel like we got enough weapons on offense. I feel like Tyler Smith should be fine by then. He got a few days to get it ready. That Kodak clip go crazy. Ain't that the first time I played that on? That Kodak clip go crazy. Yeah, man. Hey, they ain't got no fans like that, man. You know what I'm saying? They got New York famous people that's Cowboy fans. Jay-Z a Cowboy fan, so sit down. Simmer down. Jay-Z a Cowboy fan. That's sad. But let's continue, man. I think we did a good little scouting report on Hyatt. He's a very fast young man, and that's about it. But you see, as far as how he graded out well against a few teams. He wasn't just going crazy his whole year last year. He just had a great 3 games, look like to me, and the rest of it was pretty subpar, So don't let them get you. Don't let them make you think that it was crazy, like he just going crazy, going ballistic on everybody. This is a young player. I feel like he's a project player. This is why he went in the 3rd round. Not a project to where he can't do nothing, but he's basically like a one-trick pony at this moment, in my opinion. And like I said, if you get some help over the top, it ain't much he gonna be able to do. Okay, we still got Darius Slayton. We talked about him. He had 70 targets, 46 receptions, 724 yards, and only 2 touchdowns. That's pretty lackluster, if I do say so. But he graded out well overall. What it was? Oh, no, he didn't. He graded out that's a 88. That's 88, right? My eyes is leaving me right now. And then it's green, so it got to be an 8. Look like a 6. Who knows? But out of 70 targets, he had 46 receptions, we just said. And he had 724 yards. And this playing with Daniel Jones, we already know Daniel Jones is not the greatest quarterback in the world. He's just not. We sorry. But I think they made a real conscious effort on trying to improve this team with, adding Hyatt, adding some of the other players they added on the tight end room. And, they got Cole Beasley, even though they say he hurt this week. Then they added somebody else as well. So it's a lot of stuff they tried to do to improve this team. But I feel like it's going to take time for them to get it together as well. Oh, they said 69. My bad. My eyes are bad. Why is it green? I need to start looking at it on my phone too, because it don't do me no justice while I'm on this computer screen. It is very small, y'all. Forgive me. So let me see. Yeah, okay. All right, so why is it green? Who knows? The world may never know. So I think he was a decent player, though. He was a decent player last year. I think, we just don't be concerned, man. We got privilege. We got great DBs, so we don't have to worry about these guys, man. That's what it is. So, I ain't being, funny about it, but I just don't have no concern. Okay, you got Saquon Barkley. Everybody knows he's their biggest threat. This is the guy that's on my radar. This is the only person I'm concerned about. The only person. They says he has, wait a minute. He has 295 carries, 1,300 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, and 4.4 yards per carry. Overall, 77.2. Rushing overall, 81. Receiving, 55. So he didn't do too well in the passing game, it looks like. But I think he can catch too. So, hey, we'll have to still keep that on our radar. But, he been hurt. He's a hurt player. He's somebody who needs to stay healthy to be able to be effective, in my opinion, because he's had a rough go at health. But I really think he is somebody dangerous, though. I told y'all when we was talking about it, Saquon is somebody I know I respect his talent for sure. Like, I think he's a game breaker. He's somebody you gotta watch, bro, because, you know, I disrespect a lot of these guys, but I'm going to be real with you. Saquon won't be one of them, you know? Trap. Just being real. Like, if I was to, okay, look, we're going to play a game. We're going to play a game right quick. If the Cowboys was to lose this game, who would it be on the Giants that would have went crazy? What would have happened? Because it's kind of a trick question for me when I think about it, because it's like, if the Cowboys was to lose this game, I feel like it'll be the biggest op would be, you know, the biggest op.
Hey, yo, pass me a lighter, I'm trying to smoke me out.
The biggest op would be the Dallas Cowboys. I do not see the Cowboys coming in here playing a clean game and just losing. So, but let's just imagine this in a dream world. Let's just have imagination. In a dream world, if the Cowboys was to just suit up, play a decent game, and lose to the Giants, who would it been that just burned us? Who would it be? Okay, let's see. Lil Tyler says Hyatt and Barkley. These are two people who can break a game. Hyatt can break a game with just his pure speed alone. But I think we're going to have our antennas up. We're going to have safety help over the top for him. I don't think we need safety help over the top for nobody else. So, you know, I feel like Trey can match Shepard up one-on-one, and we have safety help on the top over there on Hyatt, and I think it's night-night. I think it's absolutely apprehended for Mr. Hyatt after that. You put a little safety help over the top, I think he's done. I'm not worried about him on nothing in the inside, nothing in the short type game. I feel like if Gilly is checking him, I don't think he's going to trick him with none of his route running at all. D-Block says just simply Saquon. That's what I'm telling you. Saquon is like that now. He's like that. He just don't do that much against us because he usually hurt or something usually happen, like, or the Cowboys just play well. So it's usually like he don't just do that much against us. James Simmons, like me, says the Cowboys. It'll have to be us just doing some goofy stuff. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, that's the only way I see us losing this game. Kevin Hicks says Hyatt. So you super high on Hyatt. Oh, you got Hyatt and Waller. Okay, a combination of those two. So you don't see Saquon being one of the reasons we'll lose this game. That's kind of crazy to me. Derek Grimsley says Saquon Barkley, the Cowboys are going to shut that down in the middle, especially and force the Giants to try to attack outside, and then that's not going to work, and then they're going to throw. If that's the case, it is doom and gloom for them boys. If we force the Giants to throw, I feel like the game is over. Shanard Marjorie says our turnovers. Yeah, the Dallas Cowboys. What's happening with you, Mr. Johnny Woods? Let's see what other people saying. I can't read it. Left my telescope at home. Yeah, it's a little small, ain't it, Mr. Joe Trenchina? My eyes ain't as great as they used to be as well. Plus, I'm wearing shades for some reason. Who knows? Says stop underestimating Hyatt just cause it's a rookie campaign. I mean, I told you he's very good at what he do. You know, he's good at what he do, which is run deep routes. So I'm not underestimating him. All I'm saying is, you know, if we put safety help over the top, I'm not concerned. This not me disrespecting him. This is me being confident in my DBs. This is me being confident in my front seven. That's all it is. We got a strong defense, bro. Like, I'm not here to disrespect nobody or overlook nobody or nothing like that, but I'm just very confident in what we have, too. I think some of our fans forget who we have. We have a good team, y'all. We have a good team. So, you know, we can match up with anybody. Now, not saying that we're going to be perfect or we're not going to give up nothing, but I just feel like, you know, if it comes down to it, I'm more confident in my team. Oh, okay, I got you. I'm just saying, like, I think we good. Charlie Jones said, don't sleep on these guys. We do get complacent sometimes and stop short passes on 3rd and long. yeah, I'm not sleeping on nobody. All I'm saying is I just feel very confident in my defense. The defense is on a mission. The defense won't get slept on. The only thing I'm worried about is, turnovers or, some fluky stuff. It's always one fluke thing that can happen in the game. I just hope it ain't nothing that heavily influences the outcome of the game. Exactly, ATM. That's how I'm feeling, sir. That's how I'm feeling. Trap. I'm feeling like we should stomp a mud hole in these guys. And then, like I said, they got to get over the little brother complex. They feel like we gonna beat them. The Giants got it in their head. When they line up against the Cowboys, they feel like they finna lose. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's the little brother complex. That's the little brother complex right there. They know they can't mess with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be a mental hurdle they're going to have to get over. That's going to be a physical hurdle they're going to have to get over. And then once you try to do all that, you are actually lining up against a damn good football team. Sir. Trap. Hey, this is I'm telling you, like it's a lot they gotta overcome. Keith says, we ain't sleeping on nobody. We coming to take their heart the first quarter. Straight up. Like, man, this Cowboy team is not like the old days, bro. Like we got ant on our chest. We got smoke on our chest. Like we tired of being disrespected. What Micah Parsons said. What Micah say, what Jayron say, what the leaders say, that's the vibes of the team. What Micah said, I'm tired of being second. It's time to go get it, y'all. This is what I'm saying. So make no mistake about it. We're not worried about them boys coming out flat or nothing like that. We got real leadership. These boys are on a mission. We speaking about championships. We're not speaking about, individual awards or what people saying or the critics. These people understand exactly what we trying to do. So I'm not worried about the team mindset. I know we used to just being scared, y'all. Let's just say it. We used to being concerned, but I'm telling y'all, it's a new day in Dallas. I'm not concerned about a lot of this stuff. The old concerns I used to have about the Cowboys, I'm not concerned about it no more. Like, it's a new day in Dallas, y'all. I want y'all to realize that. We have new leadership. We have a different culture. It is definitely a new day in Dallas. That's a fact. D-Block says, Kellen Moore is gone, people. All that BS is over. Our offense is going to take over. Ain't nobody sleep. Absolutely, man. That's what I'm saying. Trap. I got to wake them up, don't it, D-Block? I think I got to shake them and wake them up. Hey, we are a real – look. I know some people, it's either like you either be extreme on one side or extreme on the other side. I'm extreme, but I'm closer to not being extreme. Okay, what I'm saying is some people overly respect their opponent and kind of diminish what their team is. Our team is good, y'all. Our team is Trap. You see, we up here heartbroken about losing role players, eighth Russian pass rushers. This dude would have been our 8th pass rusher, and we up here in shambles that we lost. That's a good team. We have a good team. This is not me up here just talking and blowing smoke up y'all behind. Like, this is a real good team, y'all. Like, this is a good team. So I know I got to kind of wake y'all up and shake y'all because we're not accustomed to actually being for real. But listen, this team is for real.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
Now, a lot of people be like, well, I got to see him play or we ain't seen this year or that year. All of that is true. But at the same time, we cannot sit up here and act like this team hasn't went 12-5 2 years back to back. Is that fair? We cannot sit up here and say that this team we haven't seen this defense go out and ball out and dominate. We can't act like that never happened. This is basically the same defense. So we can't sit up here and act like it's a brand new thing that we never seen before. We've seen this defense ball out. We know who they are. We're not wondering if the defense or maybe the defense. No, the defense is a sure thing in my opinion. It's a sure thing. You can book it. If you was a betting man, go put your money on 11. And what he said, bet black 11. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's how I'm feeling, man. I think we got to we got to wake these boys up. You know what I'm saying? We got to wake them up. We got to wake them up, man. We got to wake them back up. I think, it's natural to be a little nervous, have a little butterflies, but I'm telling y'all, bro, the boogeyman is gone. Kellen Moore is out of here now. The boogeyman is gone. We ain't got to worry about walking on our tippy toes and hoping that we do the right thing. No, we going to just do the right thing. Y'all remember we used to be going into these games so concerned, like, man, only if Kellen Moore do this. Only if we can do this. Only if the play calling do this. No, it's just going to happen naturally, like it always supposed to happen. It just never did because we had some crazy people controlling this. Bro, we are a good team and we finna go crazy. I'm telling y'all right now. Now, will that mean the Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl for sure? I'm not able to say that for sure because I told you, regardless of what other people say, it does involve a little luck. You need a little luck. You need a little injury luck. You need some referee luck. Sometimes you might need a DB to drop an interception. You know what I'm saying? It just happens like that. But I can tell you, this team is legit, and they are one of the better teams in the league for sure. I'd say at least at the high mark, top 3. But I say we ain't 2 or 1. You understand? We ain't 2 or 3. I say that. That's what I mean. I feel like the Cowboys are very, very close to being the best team in football. Now, that's my beliefs. That's my opinion. Now we just got to go out here and prove it. Like, real talk. I think we like that, y'all. And now look, until they prove us differently, y'all should feel like that too. A lot of times, man, they make it to where y'all can't be confident about y'all team. They take y'all pride away. They be like, oh, the Cowboys say this all the time. And you goddamn right, I'm going to keep saying it every time. I don't care what. See, they be scaring y'all out of being fans. Like, nah, you ain't going to tell me how to fan. My team is capable. It's just as capable as any other team. And we got a chance to win it all, and I'm going to say it again. You know what I'm saying? I really feel that way. So, hey, don't let nobody tell you how to fan. Be confident in your team. You have an actual good team, and they deserve for you to be talking like that. They didn't earn that right. Now they just got to prove it on the field. We just got to prove it on the field. J215 Hood says the Cowboys are not going 12-5 again. And the landlord, the Cowboys ain't the stopping the run this year. The team's going to feast on Dallas again. When did they feast on us, sir? Is you crazy? Let me get this boy a piss test real quick.
Smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack.
You already know we slide on y'all kind.
Creeping on the come up, baby.
Get it by them skippity pop.
Yeah. What's up, Kurt? I'm sick of you, Scotty.
We ain't worried about these boys, man. What going on? Hey, man, listen. When you talk glowing about the Cowboys, you know, you gonna have them haters coming in here. This is why I do this, bro. This is why we do this. They don't have nobody else waiting on their games like this.
But at the same time, I'm like, bro, Cowboys supposed to be playing tonight. Boy, what the is going on? I got my hat on. I got my jersey on. I got my forces on. I got my swag on. I done prayed to my Jesus. Everything. Want it?
They ain't
I'm like, wait,
like They ain't studying their team like that, man. They don't want me to slide on them like that, Tata. Tata said, what's up, broska? How you rocking with that Quest for 6? I ain't checked it out yet. It's on your channel? If it's on your channel, I'm going to check it out. I forgot to check it out. Yo, Miss Jackie, sometimes you got to slide on them to let them understand who we is. They got to know. They got to know.
We are America's team. The most watched. The most hated. Y'all don't like us, but y'all tuning in every Sunday.
We got to let them know what time it is, man. We got to let them know what time it is. Because I promise y'all, man, I told y'all, the ops don't need no help from you. We don't need no oops to the ops, bro. They don't need your assistance. I promise you. It's enough haters as it is out here for them. You know what I'm saying? You'll see the Cowboy fans, hey, we ain't gonna do this or we ain't gonna do that. We got enough haters, bro. We got enough of them. You know what I'm saying? It is no oops for the ops. They do not need your assistance. I want y'all to remember that. It's enough Cowboy haters to do their own thing. We over here on the other side of the building, on the other side of the battlefield, and we are not wavering. I want y'all to understand that we on some other type of time this year. The Cowboys are actually in position to be gangster and dominant this year.
Trap.
No alley-oops for the ops. That's what I mean. No oops for the ops. You understand? We're not assisting them at all. Let them be over there. Leave them be. We all good over here. We know exactly what we got, what we capable of on this football team. But, man, I appreciate all the love and support. I hope everybody having a good day. Have a great day the rest of y'all day. And you already know, like I say, what I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Send y'all out like this, you know.
I can't see a thing, all this money in my face. I just blew a bag, ran it back the same day. Ay. Ain't no looking bad, bitch, came a long way. Hey, I know that they mad, but
just
let them hate. Ay. That what make them
let
hate.
Them hate.
That what make them hate.
That's what they here for.
And we just getting K and they just in the way. Ay. That what make them hate. That what make them hate. Hey. Cause we just getting K and they just in the way. Landlord is showing how to ball, boy.
And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.